Hello, my name is Luke, and today I'm going to be making my 2021 MLB baseball predictions. It is opening day weekend here in April, but I still have a lot of time to be able to make my picks. So we're going to be doing the MVP picks for both leagues, the Cy Young picks for both leagues, Rookie of the Year, division winners, playoff predictions, and then who will win the last World Series. So let's start off with the American League, and we'll go division by division. I guess we'll just do the first place winners for each division. So let's start off with the American League East, and I'm actually going to go with the Toronto Blue Jays. My main reason for this is that I think the Yankees don't have a ton of pitching depth, and their offense is very kind of dependent on the huge home run, high strikeout players like Aaron Judge, Giancarlo Stanton, and those players are also bigger injury risks. So if any of those get hurt, a big part of the offense goes down. They still have maybe the best pitcher in baseball with Garrett Cole, but I don't feel like they have the great depth around him. They have Corey Kluber. He's kind of hurt right now. They potentially, have like Jameson Tyone, guys like that. But I think all that will cause them to be in second place, which will cause the Blue Jays to go in first. I just really like the atmosphere and the vibes around that team this year. I like Bo Bichette. I really like Vlad Guerrero Jr. I think George Springer was a great pickup for them. And so, I picked the Blue Jays to win the American League East. So now we're going to move on to the American League Central. And I picked the Chicago White Sox to win that. They're such a complete team. And they don't have any, crazy superstars that jump out at you, but they are so rounded that they have so much depth that even with the loss of Eloy Jimenez, they can still be a great team. They have Luis Robert, Juan Moncada, maybe the best catcher in baseball with Yasmani Grandal. They have one of the best pitchers in the American League with Lucas Giolito, and I think that they are just a lot above the other teams in this division. I don't think the Twins have the pitching depth. So I'm going to go with the White Sox. Now for the American League West, I'm going to make a little bit of a surprise pick. I'm going to pick the Angels. I know they don't have any pitching, but Mike Trout is the best player in baseball. He's probably in the top 5 of all time, arguably. But I feel like this is their year. I feel like if I didn't pick the Angels, they would break out under the radar. But I guess I'll just pick them and just hope for the best. I think that Pujols is going to get one last swan song of the year. Trout is going to be as amazing as ever. Rendon is such a consistent hitter. And who knows, maybe that pitching does kind of group together and be that ragtag team of Dylan Bundy, Andrew Heaney, guys like that. So now we're going to move on to the National League, and we're going to start off with the NL East. And in first place, I'm going to pick the Nationals. That's my favorite team. It's my favorite team. I've been to games of them. We live here in Virginia, so we get to see them a lot. But I picked the Nationals. Honestly, if you look at it, they're not. You can't make a case that they're worse than the other teams in the division. They have maybe the top 4 rotation in baseball with Max Scherzer, Steven Strasburg, Patrick Corbin, John Lester. You have Joe Ross or Austin Voth or Eric Fetty for the 5th spot. And no team has a good bullpen. We won the 2019 World Series with a not great bullpen. And I still think we have the hitting. We have Josh Bell. He had maybe the best spring training in all of baseball. That could prove well for this season. We have Juan Soto, who I think is arguably the best hitter in baseball. He's a top 3 player. We have Kyle Schwarber. I think he'll break out. He'll be a power, high home run, high strikeout guy. And yeah, I think that the Nationals always played better when we're under the radar. We were the number one. We were like a lot of expectations on us in the 2019 season going into that, and we kind of choked in the first half, but we managed to make it through against all odds. So yeah, I think the Nationals will scrape it out. I think it'll be down to like the final week with the Mets and the Braves. I do think that the Mets are better than the Braves. I don't think the Braves have the pitching depth that is needed. They're 0-2 to start the regular season. But yeah, I'm going with the Nationals. So next is the NL Central, and I'm going to go for the Chicago Cubs. The reason why is that they just still have, I don't know, something about this Cubs team. They still have, I think they have one last great year in them. They still have Anthony Rizzo, who's one of the best first basemen in all of baseball. They still have Chris Bryant. I think that Craig Kimbrell will have a bounce back season in the bullpen. He'll be as good as he was, as good as he used to be. I think that this group will kind of rally together. I still have Wilson Contreras as one of the best in baseball. And the NL Central really is a flip of the coin, whether it's the Brewers or the Cardinals. Even the Reds could be in it. So I'm gonna go with the Cubs just because I just think that they will rally together and in the end be the best team. Next, I'm going to go with the NL West, and we have I'm going to go with the Padres. I just think that they're probably the most exciting team to watch in baseball right now. They have Fernando Tatis Jr., who's a generational talent. They have Manny Machado. They have so many guys like Tommy Pham, even like underrated guys like Jake Cronenworth, even like Korean. They signed someone from South Korea. They have a lot of guys who could rally together, and they have maybe like a top 3 rotation. They have Lee Darvish, Blake Snell, Joe Musgrove, Chris Paddock, and yeah, I think the Padres. I just think the Dodgers are they're so good, but I think something will happen in the end that kind of just messes them up. I don't know. I think it'll be like, whether it's fate or injuries or anything like that. I think that's going to be what's going to happen. But yeah. And so next we're going to move on to our playoff predictions. Those were our division by division predictions. Now we're going to do the playoff predictions. And then for the National League, I'll start with the American League actually. For the American League wild card, I'm going to pick the Minnesota Twins and the New York Yankees, a repeat of the last couple of playoff series. And I'm going to pick the Yankees to win that game. The Twins' playoff struggles will continue. And then the American League Divisional Series will be the Angels versus the White Sox and the Yankees versus the Blue Jays. And I'm going to pick the Yankees to beat the Blue Jays. I just think that the Yankees will have more playoff experience in that situation. And then I'll pick the Angels over the White Sox. Mike Trout is finally winning his first playoff series. And then in the American League Championship Series, Angels versus the Yankees, I'm going to pick the Angels. I'm just going to ride that train all the way to the World Series. Will be Mike Trout finally getting it done. He'll have a monster playoff series. Their pitching will somehow pitch good. It'll be unprecedented and crazy, but they'll do it. Albert Pujols will have one last great year. And then in the National League wild card is going to be the Mets and the Brewers. That's my prediction there. Yes, the Dodgers are not making the playoffs, as shocking as that sounds. Yeah. It'll be the Mets versus the Brewers, and I'm going to pick the Brewers. They have the maybe the best rotation in best bullpen in baseball with Devin Williams and Josh Hader. And yeah, the Mets just don't get it done in the playoffs. And then I'm gonna pick for the divisional series, it will be the Nationals and Padres, and the Cubs and Brewers. And so for the Nationals and Padres, I'm gonna pick the Nationals. The Trey Turner, Fernando Tatis Jr. matchup throughout that series will be fun to watch. Yeah, I think the Nationals will get it done with their pitching, and yeah, that would be a great playoff series, is what I want to say. It would be a great rotation versus rotation clash. And then the next would be the Brewers versus the Cubs, a interdivisional battle. And I'm gonna pick the Brewers there. I have two wildcard teams making it to the league championship series in my prediction. I think the Brewers will just have the pitching and have the depth, and Christian Yelich is still an MVP type player. So my World Series is going to be the Angels versus the Nationals. We got all world pitching versus maybe no rotation at all. Mike Trout versus Juan Soto should be good, and I'm gonna pick the Washington Nationals to win the World Series. We'll do it in 7 games again. Yeah, we're gonna do it. Juan Soto is gonna have maybe one of the best World Series performances of all time. You can disagree with me if you want, but the Nationals are gonna win it. And so that is it for my playoff season divisional predictions. And now I'm gonna go into the awards. We're gonna start off with the MVP for both leagues. The NL MVP is going to be Juan Soto. He should have won it last year. It should not have been Freddie Freeman. I mean, Soto had a 200 WRC plus. That's legendary. How do you not win the MVP with that? Sure, he was maybe out for like 2 weeks at the start of the season, but I mean, you can't say that he missed that much during those 2 weeks. So it'll be Soto in the NL MVP, and then the American League MVP will be, I'm going to go with Mike Trout again, but it will be close. This will be a very, very contested MVP. It's going to be between, I'm going to go with Judge and Trout. It's going to be a very, very close MVP. I feel like that Trout will have the much better year, but MVPs will kind of be like slow to give it to Trout every year, so it'll be closer because of that. So Trout and Soto for the MVP. And then next we'll do the Cy Young. The National League Cy Young is going to be Max Scherzer. He's doing one last one. The reign of Jacob deGrom has come to an end. It's going to be Scherzer. He's going to have like one last 300 strikeout year. We'll see the resurgence. It's going to happen. And then in the American League, I'm going to go with Lucas Giolito. I think that he is one of the best pitchers in baseball. He has blossomed into such a good pitcher. He has such good polish. He has really good command of all his pitches, and he's going to be a great pitcher for the White Sox. The Rookie of the Year. And I'm going to go with, in the American League, I'm going to start off with that first. I'm going to go with Randy Arozarena. I think that he is he's still rookie eligible, if you didn't know that already. He played in the World Series, had one of the best playoff hitting performances of all time, but he is still eligible for the Rookie of the Year award for 2021. And then for the National League, I'm going to go with, as I believe he is still eligible for the, actually I'm going to change my pick at the end here. I'm going to go with Ian Anderson. So kind of a sleeper pick. He's a Braves pitcher. I think he appeared in the playoffs a couple times, but he is really good rookie. The Braves seem to always have a great farm system. They've had Acuna, so many people in the last couple of years. So yeah, those are my 2 picks for the Rookie of the Year.